Life throws us curveballs. We face challenges. Uncertainties loom. It's easy to get caught up in fear, worry gnawing at our peace. But there's a powerful antidote: faith. Faith in God, in His goodness, in His plan for us. This faith isn't about denying the reality of difficulties, it's about facing them with a heart anchored in God's love. When fear whispers, "What if?" faith boldly declares, "God's got this." It's about shifting our focus from the problem to the problem solver. From the waves crashing around us to the one who calms the storm. This unwavering trust in God is what allows us to find peace amidst the chaos, courage in the face of uncertainty. Remember, fear is a liar. It magnifies our problems and diminishes our God, but faith amplifies God's power and diminishes our problems. Choose faith, choose peace, choose victory. It's time to break free from the shackles of fear. God is bigger than any challenge we face. He's bigger than any fear that tries to hold us back. Let's step into the fullness of His promises and live a life marked by faith, not fear. God's word is filled with promises. Promises of protection, of provision, of peace. These aren't empty words, but powerful declarations of God's unwavering commitment to us. They're anchors for our souls, especially when the storms of life rage around us. Think about the Israelites crossing the Red Sea. Fear gripped their hearts as the Egyptian army closed in. But God parted the waters, making a way where there seemed to be none. He promised to deliver them, and He did, miraculously. Or consider David, a young shepherd facing the giant Goliath. Fear could have paralyzed him, but David trusted in God's promise to protect him. He stepped out in faith and emerged victorious. These stories, and countless others in the Bible, remind us that God's faithfulness is unwavering. He doesn't promise us a life without challenges, but He does promise to be with us every step of the way. He promises to never leave us nor forsake us. Cling to these promises, let them be your source of strength and courage in every season of life. The Bible is filled with stories of ordinary people who did extraordinary things by faith. People like Esther, who risked her own life to save her people, or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who refused to bow to a foreign god even when threatened with a fiery furnace. Their faith was tested, yet they stood firm, trusting in God's deliverance. But these stories aren't confined to the pages of the Bible. Every day, people all around us overcome fear and achieve the impossible through faith in God. I think about the single mother who, despite financial struggles, trusts God to provide for her children and sees His faithfulness every day. Or the individual battling a serious illness who finds comfort and strength in God's presence, even in the midst of their pain. These stories remind us that faith isn't about our own strength or abilities, but about God's power working through us. When we place our trust in Him, He empowers us to overcome any obstacle, to face any fear. We can be confident knowing that with God all things are possible. Worry, anxiety, fear, these emotions can consume us, robbing us of our joy and peace. But God offers a better way, His peace. This isn't a peace dependent on our circumstances, but a deep, abiding peace that transcends our understanding. How do we tap into this peace? Through trust. When we trust God completely, when we surrender our worries and fears to Him, we open the door to His peace. We learn to rest in His presence, knowing that He's in control, even when life feels chaotic. This doesn't mean our problems magically disappear, but our perspective shifts. We're able to see our challenges through the lens of faith, knowing that God is working all things together for our good. We can face the future with hope and confidence, knowing that we're not alone in our struggles. God is with us, and He's got this. Let's choose to trust Him fully and walk in His peace today.